The Book of Boba Fett episode 4 showed us that Boba Fett's going to need more than just himself and Fennec Shan and a bunch of teenager street people to go fend off the Pikes. Spoiler alert for the Book of Boba Fett episode 4 starting now, but at the end, as you know, we heard the Mandalorian theme as soon as Fennec Shan said, money can buy you muscle. So I'm just going to be answering the elephant in the room. Will Din Djarin, aka the Mandalorian, appear in the next episode of the Book of Boba Fett? So the next episode of the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 5, is going to be coming tomorrow. So it's left off with, again, the ending of Episode 4. We've heard the Mandalorian theme pop up 2 times in the episode. Once when we saw the flare being shot, which was shot in Chapter 5 of the Mandalorian, and the second time at the end, setting up Din Djarin to appear in the next episode. So will he appear in the next episode? Straight answer right now, yes. Now, don't click away yet, because we're going to explain how he's going to explain, why he's explaining, and how we'll be there. Will he have Baby Yoda? Will he have the darksaber? Will he be fighting with Bo-Katan? Will Bo-Katan appear? So basically, as we know at the end of The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda had to leave him. And now he also had a little bit of a fight with Bo-Katan, because he claimed the lightsaber rightfully from Moff Gideon, and Bo-Katan cannot claim it from Din Djarin without having to either best him in fight or just kill him off and then take the darksaber. Even though in Star Wars Rebels, Bo-Katan was able to take the darksaber from Sabine Wren, but we're just not going to count that. We're just going to forget that ever happened. So if Din Djarin were to appear, he would most likely have the darksaber, and which would finally make this a real Star Wars show, which including a lightsaber. Like, come on, we need this to include a lightsaber somehow, somewhere. It must include a lightsaber. So if Din Djarin appeared, it would finally be able to include a lightsaber in here, and we'd most likely not see him with Baby Yoda, because Baby Yoda is obviously with Luke, which would be filled in a Luke Skywalker Grogu series, which I talked about in another video. I'll link it below. So basically, if he were to appear, yes, he would have the darksaber, and he'd most likely be helping Boba Fett for this one episode. He could possibly appear in the finale. But one thing that I also want to talk about is him with Bo-Katan. So as we know, Bo-Katan is kind of in a little bit of a feud and a little bit of a dilemma on whether she should take the darksaber to reclaim Mandalore, or whether she should have to kill Din Djarin and take the darksaber for herself. Now, we know that in the Mandalorian Season 2, the only reason why Bo-Katan helped Mando save Grogu was because she told Mando that he would have to help her reclaim Mandalore. So now, technically, Bo-Katan and Mando must reclaim Mandalore. But that's something that we're supposed to see in the Mandalorian Season 3. How will this work out in the Mandalorian Season 2? Most likely, if he appears in the Book of Boba Fett, then Bo-Katan will most likely be with him, and this will most likely be before the events of them reclaiming Mandalore, because we want to see that on whole separate. We want to see this on whole separate Mandalorian Season 3. It was confirmed in an interview, as far as we know, is that apparently Boba Fett's supposed to be fighting 30 other Mandalorians sometime. As far as we know, the Pikes have not have a Mandalorian group. Unless the Pikes are working with Death Watch and they have a whole Mandalorian group, because we know before that they were working with Crimson Dawn, and even though Death Watch wasn't aligned with Crimson Dawn, the Pikes were aligned with Crimson Dawn. So unless Boba Fett is going to be fighting 30 other Mandalorians from Crimson Dawn or Death Watch, then it's most likely that he'll be fighting 30 other Mandalorians, part of Bo-Katan's group. Maybe they will meet. I don't know if they're going to recruit Bo-Katan, because as far as we know, Kosha Reeves, I don't even know. Koska Reeves, I have to check that out. But Koska Reeves and Bo-Katan, they don't like Boba Fett because they think he's not a real Mandalorian. So you could possibly be fighting with them, or they could be working with them, because then Bo-Katan's kind of whole thing is that Bo-Katan kind of wants Boba Fett to help her reclaim Mandalore, but Boba Fett doesn't care about Mandalore. It's not his home. His home is Kamino, and Kamino's destroyed, as we saw in the Bad Batch. So if they were to appear, it'd most likely be with Bo-Katan, Din Djarin having the darksaber, and apparently 30 other Mandalorians are supposed to appear. So that's really all I want to talk about in this video. The possibility on what Din Djarin would be doing if he came back. He'd most likely be helping him, and we could see him again in the finale, but he'll most likely appear in this episode, maybe a big cameo at the end, or maybe not. Then there's always the chance that Kira could appear at the end, because apparently Kira is supposed to appear in the show, which would make her the leader of Crimson Dawn, and Crimson Dawn, like I said earlier, was closely aligned to the Pikes. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Tomorrow I've got a video coming out on this new Star Wars game, or Star Wars games, I should say, that are going to be announced, so hit that subscribe button. Bye.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi. Huh?